Welcome to Ghoulish Gab. Always spooky, always under 7 minutes. Hey, we got to talk about some of our favorite movies of 2025. That year is gone.
It's fucking gone.
Doesn't exist anymore. I think, there was a lot of good horror movies. There's good stuff. Good stuff.
Better than the last few years, I think.
I would say so. There's still a handful I haven't got to watch, but I think one of my definite favorites for the year was Dangerous Animals, which, if somebody said, hey, let's combine a serial killer movie with a shark movie, I would think. I don't know how you pull that off. They did, and it's freaking awesome. I loved it. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy.
That's the one I didn't get a chance to see, and it's been on my list. I will have to watch it now that hopefully it's got to be on a streaming service by now.
Yeah, yeah, I believe it's on Shudder right now.
Okay, sweet.
I could be wrong. I'm wrong about a lot of things all the time, but who knows? But not about how great this movie is. The director was Sean Byrne, who did The Loved Ones, and if you were a fan of that movie, this one does not disappoint as well. And I don't really want to tell you much else about it other than it's a serial killer and sharks, and it works, and it's great.
Yeah, the best of 2025 is hard to do because we really don't want to do spoilers with old movies. We can be like, no. Oh, you haven't watched it. Well, yeah. It's 20 years old. Now we have an excuse. Okay. My favorite is going to come to no surprise to anybody. It's the 28 Years Later of 2025. Was 100% worth the wait. Yeah, we never got it 28 months later, but that's fine. That's fine.
We're saving that for later.
This one focuses on like an island community that's managed to keep itself separate from the rage virus with the use of tides and all of those sorts of things. The zombies, great. The acting, great. The practical effects, fucking fabulous. And it's going to have a sequel coming out this month, at the end of this month. I'm really ready for it. Plus, you can't go wrong with a big swinging dick alpha zombie.
I haven't watched that one yet, so...
Be ready to see some dick.
Oh, I'll be ready for that. I'll have to do that. The Monkey was a favorite of mine from this year, too.
I didn't know what to expect from that one. It certainly wasn't what I watched.
No, I had no idea. Okay, so it's loosely based on Stephen King's Monkey Shines, but there's plenty of rewrites, which is fine, because, Monkey Shines, that it's not
his strongest.
No, but... yeah, that was Osgood Perkins, who's done Long Legs and some other great stuff. And it was wild because it knew when not to take itself serious, which was the best. So there's parts that are just absolutely bonkers in the right places. And I'm definitely going to be watching that one again and again. It's, I don't want to say too much about it, but if you think it's just going to be a remake of Monkey Shines...
Oh, no.
No, not at all. Oh, no. Not at
all. Did you watch Together yet?
I haven't. I need
to. Okay. That one, it's the smallest cast. It's mostly centered around Dave Franco and Alison Brie. And it's this, body horror take on relationships and what happens when you and this person love each other so much. And, in every relationship, you need space. And this is an interesting take on what happens when you don't get that space.
Okay.
I guess, for lack of a better way to say it, the visuals were stunning. The sound will give you full body shivers. It's so good.
I've heard nothing but good things about that, so I definitely need to do that, to watch that one soon. The Toxic Avenger remake that I know it was made a couple years ago, but it finally came out this last year. I absolutely love that too. The original is one of my favorite films, the original series. I love those movies. So I really didn't know what to expect, but they took enough things from the old one to pay proper homage to it, and they put enough new stuff in there and changed enough things where it wasn't just a straightforward remake with more modern shit in it. So it looks great. It's super fun. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's not your typical Toxic Avenger movie in many ways, but in many ways it is. So if you're a fan and you've been on the edge, just see it. And something that was kind of along the same veins of that, but is not completely horror, was the Deathstalker remake. So if you had interest in that too, see that as well.
And apparently 2025 was a year for long-time sequels for me. Because my last one for this episode is Final Destination Bloodlines.
Oh, yeah.
14 years since the last sequel, and I think, even though I was excited about it, I think a lot of people were pretty nervous, because some of those Final Destination sequels are a little they're just a little
You watch them for the kills.
Yeah. But I'd say this one has the best, like, original death scene of all of the Final Destination movies, except for maybe the first one. And then it's a great tie-in. It's mixes new ideas with the original storyline. It mixes a lot of the movies together, and we gotta give it credit for being Tony Todd's final film role before his passing. I cried. I cried when Tony Todd was on film, because at that point he had already passed away, and this was like we knew it was our last chance to see him in a film, and so good.
Yeah, I enjoyed that one a lot as well, too. And I liked the way they tied it back to the earlier films. They did it in a way that seemed very proper. Yeah. It wasn't, like, forced, like some, movies that wait a long time for a sequel. They just kind of forced some things in there. I think my last one, and I'm going to say Weapons and Sinners were two of my favorite movies as well, but everybody's been talking about them all year, so I'm skipping those. VHS Halloween. I love anthology horror. When it's got, you get to watch a couple great stories in the time you'd normally watch one movie. The VHS series for me continues to deliver. It's a lot of fun. They mix up different types of directors and types of stories and subgenres. So that one delivered for me as well too. If you're into anthology horror and you haven't dived into the VHS series, give it a shot. That's all the time we got. Put in the comments what your favorite movies were that we missed, or whatever.
Or what movies you haven't seen yet that you want to, because I'm still looking for suggestions. Okay, bye.